Creepy figures lurking in the dark, eerie movements that defy logic, and terrifying encounters that feel too real to be fake. These unsettling moments were caught on camera, yet no one has a clear answer for them. No! In the mountains, strange things are always happening, but this was different. A mother spotted a dark, lurking figure behind her child. Panic set in as she rushed forward, throwing stones in a desperate attempt to protect him. But the figure didn't budge, it only watched. And for the first time, she understood why so many vanish in these mountains sometimes. It's not the place that's dangerous, but what calls it home. Carnival Phantom. 3 women were having fun at a carnival, laughing and filming the night away. But when they reviewed the footage later, they found something terrifying. Another girl had appeared beside them, laughing and enjoying the ride, as though she were part of their group. The thing is, she wasn't. She had never been there. Some things only reveal themselves when caught on camera, and this was one of those moments. Ghostly glider. An old video filmed in Brazil began circulating online, baffling everyone who saw it. A group of friends were hanging out when one of them captured the moment on camera. Suddenly, something moved just outside the window, shadowy, swift, and unnatural. It didn't walk. It glided across the frame, disappearing behind a wall. The cameraman rushed to the spot. But when he reached it, the area was empty. No one was there. And there was no explanation for what had been caught on film. Some believe it was a restless Brazilian ghost, a spirit showing up where it was least expected, leaving only questions behind.
Tô falando sério, cara. Tô falando sério. Vem aqui comigo, cara. Tem nada aqui, não. Eu vi uma coisa assim, cara. Tá louco?
Alien encounter. What started as a peaceful moment with a cat turned into something chilling. A man was filming his cat, enjoying its warmth, when the animal suddenly stiffened, staring intensely at the window. Its eyes were wide, and its body tense. The man turned to see what had caught the cat's attention. That's when he saw it. A tall, pale figure with large black eyes, resembling the classic gray aliens known for their association with abductions. In the blink of an eye, the figure disappeared, leaving behind nothing but an empty window and a video that would haunt him forever. He never truly understood what he had seen, but the footage told a disturbing story. Frozen desperation. During a routine patrol in the snowy woods, forest officers were led by their dog to an eerie scene in the frost-covered landscape. Lying motionless in the snow was a figure with a thin, almost skeletal frame and pale, wrinkled skin. Strikingly, its face lacked the features one would expect, replaced instead by smooth, uninterrupted skin. The unsettling sight struck the officers with profound unease, prompting theories ranging from extraterrestrial origins to results of secret experimental mishaps. The discovery left an indelible mark on their patrol, serving as a stark reminder that even in familiar territory, the unknown can emerge unexpectedly. She's a witch. Exploring abandoned places at night rarely ends well, yet these youngsters couldn't resist the thrill. As they wandered through the decaying halls, an unsettling presence made itself known. Something shadowy lurked behind them, moving silently from room to room. At first, they only caught glimpses, something darting just out of view. But then, one of them finally captured it in full. A figure draped in white, its form eerily resembling the legendary White Witch. Was it truly her, or was something else at play? The video spread online, sparking endless debates. Some claimed it was an illusion, while others were convinced they had witnessed something beyond human understanding. Phantom intruder. A family was casually reviewing home footage when they caught something they hadn't noticed in real time. Behind one of the kids, a figure appeared. It didn't walk into the frame. It didn't step out from anywhere. It was just there. Then, as if realizing its mistake, it shifted to the other side and vanished. The movement was unnatural, almost like it had slipped through a crack in reality. The family rewound the footage repeatedly, but there was no explanation. Vanishing gate.
You're right there, baby. Daddy's gonna be right back, okay?
Parents love capturing moments with their kids, and one father was no different. But when he reviewed the footage, what he saw left him speechless. His toddler stood on one side of a baby gate, completely blocked off. The father stepped away for a brief second, and when he turned back, the child was on the other side. The gate had never opened. There were no gaps, no signs of how the baby got through. The video spread fast. Some insisted it was just a camera trick, maybe even a hidden flaw in the gate, but others weren't convinced. Could this child have unknowingly moved through something unseen?
Hey, wait right there, baby. Daddy's gonna be right back, okay?
White woman. A student was practicing for a stage performance when something strange appeared in the background. As he rehearsed, a woman in white drifted silently behind him, passing the staircase and disappearing around a corner. Oddly, he turned as if sensing something, then abruptly stopped recording. Had he looked a second sooner, the encounter could have been much worse. They say that these beings possess those who meet their gaze. So next time someone calls your name in the dark, make sure you know who or what is calling. Shifting terror. This CCTV camera captured a chilling moment on a quiet street. At first, it showed a strange creature crawling toward a gate, moving unnaturally. But in a blink, the creature morphed before the camera's lens, transforming into a man who casually walked into a nearby house. Onlookers were left stunned, some convinced they had just witnessed a skinwalker in action. The true terror? Whoever lived in that house had no idea what had just crossed their threshold. Nightmarish awakening. A man was fast asleep when his bedroom door slammed shut without explanation. There was no wind, no person, just an unseen force. The loud bang jolted him awake, but when he sat up, he screamed in terror, as if something he wasn't meant to see had just revealed itself. Slowly, he got out of bed, never once looking back at the room. Though his cameras captured nothing unusual, something malevolent had clearly been present, content to stay hidden from sight.
Leave me alone! Leave me alone!
Vanishing bus. It was just another normal day on the school bus. The students were laughing and talking until the driver made an unexpected turn. Glancing at the rearview mirror, he froze. The seats were empty. All the students were gone. He quickly pulled over, but when he turned around, the doors were locked and the windows were shut. There was no way for them to have disappeared. Crawling witch.
No! No!
One night, a resident was startled when the power suddenly went out, plunging his home into darkness. As he walked through the hallway, strange noises echoed from the bedroom. Curiosity led him to investigate, but when he peered inside, he saw something he wasn't prepared for. Behind the curtains, a figure was crouched down, watching him. The figure moved on all fours, its twisted form unsettling. Desperate to escape, he retreated, but it followed him relentlessly. Panicking, he cast a protective spell and locked himself in a room. But as he stopped recording, the tension remained. We can only hope he made it through the night unscathed. Vanishing stranger. A group of friends was hanging out, laughing and joking around, when one decided to film the moment. The camera panned around, capturing everyone until it stopped. In the background, a woman stood motionless, dressed in white, with her long, dark hair covering most of her face. The guy holding the phone thought she was another friend, but she didn't react when he called out to her. His friends turned to look, but when they did, she was gone. There was no trace of her, and no one had noticed her leave. Sometimes what's caught on camera isn't meant to be seen.
Con cari cháu mượn được, cháu mượn được.
possessed shadow. A man exploring an abandoned building couldn't shake the eerie sensation that something was following him. As he wandered into a bathroom, his camera caught a figure standing at the far end of the room. At first, he thought it was a person, but as he got closer, he realized it was just a mannequin that had somehow fallen on its own. He backed away and decided to leave, but the exit wasn't as simple to find. Then, the sound of footsteps echoed down the stairwell. Someone was coming. He quickened his pace, but was met with loud, heavy footsteps rushing toward him. Heart racing, he made it outside, swearing he'd never return to urban exploring again.
There is definitely something weird going on in this school.
Doll's gaze. A teenage girl was thrilled with her new doll, taking photos with it as she posed for the camera. But when she reviewed the shots, something unsettling happened. The doll had turned its head, locking eyes with her. The chill of the moment made her drop the doll in fear, her heart pounding. Why would it move like that? Many believe dolls hold spirits, some cursed to never be thrown away, only passed on. The girl's hands shook as she stared at it. The doll had chosen her. Now, there was no escaping its grip. Mirror illusion. While waiting for her bus, a girl noticed something odd in the mirror beside her. The reflection showed a car coming from one direction, but in reality, it passed from the other. She frowned, trying to make sense of it. Doubtful, she filmed it, hoping it was just her imagination. But when she reviewed the footage, it was clear something was wrong. The car not only appeared in the wrong place, it vanished entirely, leaving no trace. Was it an optical illusion, or had she just captured something beyond explanation? Shadowy figure. While exploring a remote island, a couple searched for a quiet spot to rest when they saw something they couldn't explain. From behind the trees, a figure covered in thick black fur stepped into view. It resembled Bigfoot, but something was off. Its body was leaner, its stance more hesitant. It stopped abruptly, as if just as shocked to see them as they were to see it. For a moment, they locked eyes. Then the creature shifted, its posture changing into something far more aggressive. Without wasting a second, the couple bolted back to their boat, never looking back. Scary encounter.
Mom, nothing's there. Just look. What do you mean? Mom! Oh my gosh! No, look at me, look!
Bathrooms have long been linked to strange occurrences, but what this woman saw was beyond unsettling. As she looked into the mirror, expecting her own reflection, she saw something else staring back. Her eyes, completely black, no pupils, no whites, just endless darkness. She barely had time to react before a tall figure appeared behind her, dressed in black. Its face was stretched, twisted, as if it had forgotten what human features were supposed to look like. She ran, heart pounding, but nothing followed her. Still, she refused to look back. Sleep paralysis. A woman's family constantly complained about hearing her scream at night, but she never remembered making a sound. Baffled, she set up a camera to see what was happening while she slept. The next morning, she reviewed the footage, and what she saw sent chills down her spine. At some point during the night, she suddenly sat up. Her face twisted in a silent scream. Her eyes, glowing with an unnatural light, stared directly into the camera. Then, just as suddenly, she collapsed back onto the bed, unmoving. Some believe spirits haunt people in their sleep, trapping them between dreams and reality. But whatever the camera captured didn't look like a dream. Mysterious vanishing. At an airport, a strange incident left witnesses stunned, and the video footage quickly spread online. A man was waiting in line for security, minding his own business, when in an instant, he simply vanished. The woman behind him screamed in horror, frozen in disbelief. But that wasn't the only strange occurrence. Another video surfaced showing a woman walking toward her boarding gate. Just as she took a step, she vanished into thin air. Her trolley bag hit the ground, but she was gone. Panic spread as people tried to understand what they had witnessed. No one can say for certain what really happened. flip-flopping. A group of friends were enjoying a carefree night when something completely unexplainable happened. One of them tossed a flip-flop into the air, but it never hit the ground. It simply vanished mid-air. Confused, they searched the area, but it was gone without a trace. As if on cue, a small glowing object like a firefly floated by for a few seconds before fading into the night. No one knew what to make of it. Did they accidentally slip into a portal, or was the object somehow responsible for the bizarre disappearance? Some mysteries don't have answers, only more questions. Door encounter. While a father investigated persistent knocks at his front door, he opened it only to find nothing but silence. Moments later, a rustling sound from behind made him turn, and he caught a glimpse of a shadowy figure clinging to the roof before it scurried out of sight. Panicked, he urged his daughter upstairs. Reluctantly, she drew back the curtain and screamed when a spectral presence stared back at her. Shaken, she quickly withdrew, and by the time she mustered the courage to check again, the figure had vanished into darkness. The unnerving incident left them both deeply disturbed and questioning the origin of that ominous visitor.
Oh my God! What is that?
Masked wanderers. CCTV footage captured a group of individuals casually strolling through a quiet street. At first, they appeared ordinary, until their faces came into focus, revealing oddly distinctive features that defied explanation. Some dismissed the sight as costumes or elaborate masks, yet law enforcement remained unconvinced. In the midst of a missing person investigation, authorities found that these figures, whose identities could not be verified, seemed to vanish without any trace of documentation. The viral footage ignited intense debate and speculation, leaving the community unsettled by the mysterious presence of these unaccounted wanderers. Fading man. In 2019, a Kentucky couple reviewed their home security footage and saw something chilling. A man walked across their driveway, moving normally at first, but as he stepped forward, his body began to flicker, his form growing transparent until he completely vanished. Confused, they rewatched the footage frame by frame, but there was no sign of him leaving or walking away. It was as if he had never been there at all. Some chalk it up to a camera glitch, while others think it was something far more unsettling. Perhaps a glimpse into a spirit crossing into our world. With cameras watching us everywhere, how many strange events like this go unnoticed every day? Shapeshifter caught. Technology allows us to capture the impossible, and this footage might be proof. A man was walking near the woods when he witnessed something unreal. Someone ahead tripped, tumbling straight into a moving car. But the moment they made contact, their form twisted. Their body shifted into a bull, as if reacting instinctively. Then, just as suddenly, they changed again into something else entirely. The driver swerved, barely processing what he had seen. Was it a shapeshifter caught off guard, or something reacting in pure panic? Whatever it was, it clearly hadn't been expected to be seen.
What the?
Walking illusion. A strange video surfaced online, filmed at a high-profile event. It captured a woman confidently walking the red carpet, but something about her wasn't right. Her features seemed to shift, almost glitching, in a way that defied natural movement. The footage was grainy, making it hard to tell if it was just poor resolution or something far stranger. Some dismissed it as a simple camera error or bad lighting, but others weren't so sure. Tree creeper. There's an old warning: never stand under a tree at night. A chilling video might explain why. It showed a girl playfully hanging from a tree branch. Nothing out of the ordinary, until something impossible happened. Another set of arms appeared, extending from her sides, while the original ones gripping the branch disappeared. The shift was so unnatural, it was as if she had become something else for a brief moment. Then suddenly, she dropped. Hard. Not like someone letting go, but as if something had released its grip. She bolted without looking back. Super Bowl sorcery. Super Bowl LX had its fair share of surprises, but no one saw this coming. A viral video captured a Philadelphia Eagles fan obsessively tapping a voodoo doll dressed in a Kansas City Chiefs jersey, number 15, just like Patrick Mahomes. She kept at it for the entire game, and in the end, the Eagles claimed victory. Witchcraft and sports have a long history, with fans using lucky charms, spells, and rituals to sway the outcome. Some laughed, calling it the real reason for the win, but others weren't so amused, questioning whether such practices should even be allowed at public events. Dogman's warning. Thieves usually worry about security alarms or guard dogs, but this one faced something much worse. He had just broken into a house when his flashlight caught two glowing eyes in the darkness. At first, the figure was crouched, unmoving. Then, it slowly rose, revealing a disturbingly lanky body. It moved on all fours, but too fast, too unnatural. When the footage surfaced online, people had one name for it: the Dogman. If it was really the legendary cryptid, then the man and everyone near that house could be in serious trouble. After all, the Dogman isn't known for letting intruders walk away unscathed. Dark secret. Abandoned places don't stay empty for long. An explorer ventured into an abandoned tunnel, unaware of the danger that awaited him. It was late at night when he stepped in, and almost immediately, he felt a presence behind him. A shadowy figure, its long hair barely visible in the dark, stood ominously. Panic set in, and he fled. But in his fear, he ran deeper into the tunnel, away from safety. He was never seen again, and his family believes he became another lost soul to whatever haunted that place. Sewer Watcher. A man, camera in hand, ventured into a dark sewage tunnel, his light cutting through the shadows. As he scanned the empty space, his beam landed on something unsettling. In the distance, a pale figure stood motionless, its arms unnaturally long. For a moment, it simply watched him. Frozen with fear, the man held his camera tightly. Then, in one chilling moment, the figure took a step forward. Some places, like this one, are best left undisturbed for a reason. Friendship experiment. Two really close friends were enjoying a late-night walk when something unexplainable happened. One of them suddenly vanished. CCTV footage later revealed a chilling sight. He appeared to be pulled up into the sky, disappearing in an instant. His friend, terrified, ran to get help. By the time he returned, the missing boy was back, lying on the ground, confused, as if nothing had happened. Some believe in portals, invisible gateways between the earth and sky. Maybe he unknowingly walked through one. Haunting presence. A paranormal investigation team spent the night inside a building notorious for its eerie past. One investigator felt a strong pull toward a back room and decided to explore it. Her colleague followed close behind. When they reviewed the footage, they were stunned. Behind him, in the background, was a figure. A woman in white. She hadn't been there moments before. It turned out the building had once been the site of funerals, and years earlier, a woman had been buried in that very room. Some believe the souls of the departed never truly leave, and this chilling footage might be proof. Unseen force. Late-night surveillance footage captured something that still chills those who've seen it. A cyclist, pedaling along a quiet street, suddenly stopped. And then, without warning, he was yanked backwards by an unseen force. The bike crashed to the ground, but the man never returned. Some call it an alien abduction. Others whisper it was something darker, pulling him into the unknown. Either way, it's clear that whatever it was, it wasn't letting go. Mirror's truth. Mirrors are often a reflection of what we know, but what if they're more than that? One man discovered the unsettling truth when his reflection vanished. No movement, no echo. He reached out to touch the glass, only for his hand to pass right through it. What was on the other side didn't seem real, yet everything looked the same. The question isn't what he saw, it's who was left behind. Strange watchers. Hikers are used to spotting wildlife, but what this one saw was unlike anything he'd ever encountered. While heading back from his trail, he noticed two tall humanoid figures perched high on the mountain. Their heads were abnormally large, and the rest of their bodies remained obscured in shadow. Panic gripped him as he ducked behind a rock, trying to stay silent. The figures seemed to be searching for something, scanning the area. After what felt like an eternity, they eventually disappeared, allowing the hiker to make his escape. He never spoke of it again, but one thing was clear. Whatever they weren't supposed to be there. Camouflaged presence.
Over there, look.
What started as an innocent walk in the woods quickly turned unsettling for one couple. As they strolled, they began hearing footsteps behind them, but every time they turned around, no one was there. The eerie feeling of being watched grew stronger with every passing moment. Finally, they saw it. A faint, shifting figure, barely visible, blending into the trees like it was part of the environment. It wasn't solid, just a flicker of movement, as if it could disappear into the forest at any moment. It was a moment that left them with more questions than answers, and no desire to return to those woods again. Bird King. While exploring Vashon Island, a couple stumbled upon something they couldn't explain at first. An enormous statue deep in the woods. It stood towering above them, about 20 feet tall, with eyes that moved as if alive. The couple initially thought it might be a folklore-inspired troll, perhaps a relic of the island's myths. But as they took a closer look, they realized this wasn't some ancient creature. The statue, crowned with birdhouses and adorned with a beard of twisted sticks, was Oscar the Bird King, created by Danish artist Thomas Dambo. The figure's moving eyes were deliberately designed to give it a quirky blend of wisdom and humor. Summoned shadows. In 2021, a chilling video surfaced, sparking confusion and fear across the internet. Two men, exploring a quiet, grassy area at night, carefully placed a strange slab on the ground. As they adjusted it, a glint caught their eyes. Two glowing red dots appeared in the distance. A shadowy figure stood just outside the reach of their flashlight. Theories exploded online. Some believed they had unknowingly summoned something dark, while others were sure the whole thing was staged. But one thing was certain, their actions had attracted something they weren't prepared for. Haunted ride. A car approached the toll booth late at night, and when the attendant reached out to collect the ticket, he froze. The driver's seat was completely empty. As he scanned the interior, trying to make sense of it, something moved. A figure, draped in white with long dark hair obscuring its face, clung to the back of the car. The attendant stumbled back, eyes wide with shock. But before he could react, the figure vanished without a trace. Some